What's up, guys? It's Eric and Marcus from Rare Candy, and we're back with the fourth round of this 5 round league challenge we attended. It's one of the first tournaments that Breakpoint was legal for, so we thought it'd be cool to, come and record and see what people were doing with the new cards that we just got.
So on the left we have Patrick Orgel playing Yveltal stuff, and on the right Will Beers again playing Seismitoad Crobat.
Okay, so it looks like Will's going first. Gets a laser down, that's cool. And it looks like he's trying to figure out what the Ultra Ball, I'm guessing, or if he can max these. Or no, don't. I'm getting players mixed up. Don't listen to me. I'm stupid, internet. Don't listen to me. And just a
Wow,
pass.
he
Dang.
passed, and then Pat sycamored his entire hand.
Wow. Okay.
So plays a battle compressor. I guess he played a laser as well, and then the stuff didn't get put down, but gets rid of a Gallade, Dark Energy,
Maybe
and
maybe
probably
Archeops.
no
Start
another
battle
battle
compressor.
compressor, huh?
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't see the Archeops in there. It
Oh,
could maybe be prized, or maybe he discarded it off of that opening Juniper.
Pat might not also know what Will's playing either yet,
Right.
so hard to say. But here, I mean, Pat's having a pretty good first turn. He's been able to play down a good bit of items. That's really important. So get rid of Maxis and Juniper. I guess that's fine. Have to think. What do you want to get here? Maybe another Shaman that keep drawing more items. Keldea, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine because it looks like you're pretty aware of the fact that you're going to be lasered throughout the course of this game. And he does have a float stone too. That's really
Yeah.
big. He was able to get the float stone before Toad could Quaking Punch.
Yeah, that's great.
So Russian retreat to another Yveltal, and let's see. Just gonna see an Oblivion Wing and a Dark Patch to start powering up that other Yveltal. And here, okay, Will does have an Ultra Ball, so he will be able to get Shaman. But what's in his hand? That's what we don't know. It looks like he got rid of a Lysander and something else. I can't tell what it is though. And even though, Pat does look like he has a pretty good start, um, Will does play that Dedenne tech.
Right.
So even though it looks like he didn't have the best turn one, he will be able to potentially make a comeback, even if he lags a little behind. Or that's what we're hoping, at least.
Right.
So here he gets Shaman. Can he play down anything else? Okay, so he has a Toad. Shaman, was he getting 3 cards? Or 4?
Looks like it.
Can't tell. So what to do? Okay, gets DCE. That's the big thing he really wants here. If he gets Silent Lab, that would also be really, really clutch.
Yeah, because he did put the Verbank down last turn, so
Yeah.
he can put a Silent Lab down if he does get it, but I don't believe.
Okay, so we see Quaking Punch for 30. It does lock items, but so Pat did get a couple items, but he has a fair amount of cards to work with, it looks like.
Yeah.
So this is actually kind of a good attacker to have, to be honest, because it takes so much just to knock out one of these baby Yveltals,
Right.
and it only gives up 1 prize. So
Yeah. So Russian and retreat to the other one.
yeah, so it does 100 damage, and normally you flip a coin, and if tails, you can't attack with it the following turn. But Pat did get heads here. So if Will can get like a super scoop up or an AZ, that would be really nice too. So Lysander,
Brings up the
Laser,
Keldeo.
if he can get heads on this.
He does.
Okay, if Keldeo can stay asleep, that would actually be really good too.
See water to Seismitoad.
So if Pat stays asleep, that's a big opening here. Okay, well, he does stay asleep. Delinquent.
Ooh,
This is, I think, this is one of Pat's, I guess, kind of different tech cards he put in his list.
right.
So it looks like we'll discard a Getsus. I didn't see what else, but and he's still asleep. That is rough. But luckily, Verbank isn't in play, so
Yeah, the Keldeo won't take quite as much damage, but
and he is still asleep.
wow.
I mean, luckily, I mean, even though that's really bad, Will is having a really slow game from the looks of it. So even though that is unfortunate for Pat, it's not the worst thing just because he's not putting on too much pressure outside of that 30 damage every turn.
Right.
So, I mean, he could, take this time just to build up his board.
Wow.
This is what, like four tails in a row?
I'm pretty positive, yeah, for that's crazy. And he even switched from rolling a die to flipping a coin,
Yeah,
it looked like. So
he can't catch a break.
yeah. Arceus just doesn't want his his Keldeo to wake up.
So let's see here. He did get Sycamore, I believe it was. He's debating about putting the muscle band down because I think he's kind of thinking he'll probably get knocked out the following turn. But if the math works out, I feel like you kind of need to.
Yeah. I think they're just trying to decide when Keldeo would die.
Yeah. I mean, Pat's kind of overdue to flip heads and wake up, so
Right.
I wouldn't count on the fact of him staying asleep for a couple more turns.
Right.
He's probably going to wake up soon.
Yeah.
So let's see. Looks like there's a computer search coming down to the discard. And what does he really want to get here?
Not positive, to be honest. Maybe a supporter to draw some more stuff.
Probably. Since it didn't look like he played down the card. So we do see the muscle band, and that's fine. Unfortunately, this baby Yveltal will knock out Toad, and it's going to be really annoying for Will to deal with. So Jirachi, maybe see an N? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, since this tournament is expanded, Jirachi is legal for this, and so for you guys who aren't familiar with it, who normally play standard, whenever you search Jirachi out and you bench him from your hand, you get to search your deck for a supporter.
So he finally gets a Yveltal EX down.
Yep. So you see Darkness Blade, I think the attack is
Right.
for the knockout, and let's see. It really just depends on what Will has to work with in his hand. It's the prize exchange really isn't that good against these baby Yveltals. Ideally, he wants to attach a water. Okay, cool.
And he does.
Because if it was a DCE, that would open up to being more easily knocked out by the Yveltal EX, which Pat is probably going to just keep building up until he can one-shot the Toads,
Right.
if I had to guess. So let's see. Looks like an N, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So if he can get like another bat on the field and maybe evolve into Crobat, or I'm sorry, Golbat. Okay, he does get Muscle Band, that's good. And unfortunately, no Laser, no Golbat, but does get the Muscle Band at the least, and it's still shutting off his items.
Yeah. So he will retreat with that float stone.
Okay. And it's debating between, I think, Colress and Sycamore or Juniper, I think. Okay, no, just the Colress. So that'll give him a fresh hand of 6 cards, basically a punt
Yeah.
from the Heart Gold days.
So he draws into a Darkrai and some items
Okay.
and a Verbank.
So just here we see an Oblivion Wing, which isn't a bad attack to use. But there's no dark in the discard to accelerate, but that's the only downside this time.
And a Quaking Punch.
Yep. So I guess Will doesn't really have much to work with at all.
Then we see a Dark Cloak to retreat into the other Yveltal.
Yep. So we'll probably just see a Darkness Blade. And if Will can get a Pokemon Center Lady or an AZ,
Yeah.
that would be good. But you'd have to wonder, even if he gets a Center Lady, the Yveltal might be able to knock him out. Oh, Super Scoop Up. That was actually kind of a big flip. So Dedenne, okay. And looks like a Colress, I believe. I think so. But yeah, if you can get a Super Scoop Up, he could just knock out this Yveltal right away with Dedenne, but he probably wants to save that for Yveltal EX.
Yeah.
Preferably, I'm guessing. Super Scoop Up.
Oh, this would be pretty good for him.
Ah, man. He can't be too mad. I mean, that Keldeo did stay asleep forever.
Yeah.
So Will was bound to have a couple bad flips.
Right.
And we do see a knockout. But, yep, here we go. And Yveltal is just going to come and start doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
He's
Evil
like, hey man, what's this little rodent thing?
Yeah.
This Pika clone you put on your bench. Let me read that.
So, yes, be afraid.
So if he can muscle band the Dedenne and get a Golbat down, he could. Well, not anymore.
Yeah, he does
The Y Cyclone
Cyclone.
is definitely the smarter play there.
For sure.
But I don't know. Will's just not in a good spot this game. Maybe if he Zerosix the active, that could be a potentially good play.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of all the different things that could maybe buy him a turn or two to stay alive.
Right.
So laser, maybe a laser and Zerosik would be really nice.
Yeah. Get him to flip tails.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, maybe laser bank. Trying to think. No, well, his only Verbank. Well, I think Will plays more than one Verbank, but
Yeah, he does play 2 Verbank in that list.
yeah, if he gets a muscle band Verbank laser, I think that knocks out Yveltal. 2040.
It looks like he just grabbed a
60.
Mewtwo out of his deck.
Mewtwo's a good attacker too. It trades pretty nicely with Yveltal.
Yeah.
But he did already attach to that Dedenne, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, so here we'll just see whatever Dedenne's second attack is. I always forget what it is. But Pat does wake up.
And Pat has items back now as well, so he gets rid of the Archeops.
Maybe another battle compressor. Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah, Pat's still in a good position.
Mm-hmm. And he puts down
Ooh.
the Verbank onto himself.
But he's just going to retreat,
Yeah,
though.
is going to retreat, and then we're gonna see a Night Spear.
This is good. 'Cause then he can basically threaten the game by putting 30 on a Zubat.
Mm-hmm.
Here, was he debating the get? It's really.
That's where the Sentai thing happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I knew it in one of our games. I came in and like ran into the camera. I heard a guy across the venue talking about Super Sentai, and I like ran across the room and knocked into the camera. I was like, "Hey, I hear somebody like Super Sentai." So sorry, I had a little nerd moment and
Yeah.
knocked into the camera. So yeah, we just see Darkrai come up and Night Spear. Not something we see too much these days.
Right.
But yeah, seems good. Knockout Dedenne. Probably put 30 on Zubat just to threaten the game for the following turn.
Right.
Unless he has like a way to evolve or something. And I would imagine he would have a bat by now. He hasn't
Yeah.
evolved into any of his bats. He's got a couple options in his hand from the looks of it. I think he might have Ultra Ball, might just be deciding what to get rid of. I think. Or maybe it's a Super Scoop Up.
Yeah. It was a Super Scoop Up, and it was a Tails.
Hmm. So you ever see DCE come down Mewtwo? If he can just do that and evolve into Golbat, he'll have a chance to stay in the game.
It looks like he plays an AZ, I suppose, because I didn't
Yeah.
see a coin flip.
But here, I mean, all Pat needs is Lysander, though, and the game's pretty much wrapped up.
Right. I don't see a way for there to be Lysander.
Well, he does have a Trainer's Mail in his hand, if I'm not mistaken.
See Maxie's in an Ultra Ball.
Oh, it must have been Ultra Ball. I thought it was a Trainer's Mail earlier. But, I mean, even still, again, you have to think that it'd be hard for Pat not to win at this point.
Yeah.
He's got too much damage on the Mewtwo and the Zubat to really, I think, do anything here. So here, I guess we have a Sycamore.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to get a Golbat down.
Yeah.
But
And it looks
he doesn't
like
have anything to work with.
Right.
So we see Pat take round 4 of the league challenge. Stick around. We are going to upload the final round too for you guys. Feel free to go through all the old videos that we uploaded from the previous rounds. Like and subscribe. Show some support to you boys here.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys for the next one, okay?